Hey brother, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that the real shift doesn't happen when she leaves? It happens when she realizes you're not chasing. Most men think the heartbreak comes from her walking away, but the truth is, that's not the breaking point. The real transformation comes when your silence enters the picture, because silence isn't weakness, it's presence. It's proof you no longer need to beg, argue, or fight for your worth. And when that silence settles in, her world feels different. It feels empty. Not because you're trying to punish her, but because she's finally tasting life without the attention she once took for granted. And that silence, brother, it speaks louder than any apology, louder than any "I miss you," louder than any "please come back." Today, I want to walk you through what really happens when she realizes she's lost you. And once you see this clearly, heartbreak will never have the same grip on you again. First thing, confusion sets in. Bro, let me tell you what really happens first. The moment she knows she's lost you, the very first thing that hits her isn't anger, it's confusion. She thought she had you figured out. She believed, no matter what she said or how she acted, you'd always be there orbiting around her. But when your energy disappears, it flips her world upside down. She starts replaying old conversations, scanning every detail, wondering where she lost her grip. One day she'll act cold like she doesn't care. The next day she'll show a strange curiosity, almost like she's testing the waters. And that back and forth, that's not love. That's her mind battling a truth she doesn't want to accept, that your attention, your presence, isn't hers anymore. And brother, that confusion isn't strength. It's the shock of realizing she lost the anchor she thought she could always count on. Second thing, replacement isn't healing. Now here's the second thing, man. When she realizes she's lost you, her first instinct is often to fill that empty space as fast as possible. Maybe she jumps into someone else's arms. Maybe she starts showing off a brand new lifestyle, like she just upgraded overnight. But you and I both know, that's not healing. That's distraction. That new guy she's with, he isn't love. He's just a shield against the silence you left behind. And here's the truth. The louder she flaunts this so-called happiness, the emptier it actually feels inside. Because real joy doesn't need an audience. Real healing doesn't scream for attention. It's quiet, it's steady, and it takes time. What she's showing off isn't growth. It's desperation dressed up as confidence, and deep down, she knows it. Third thing, watching from the shadows. Now here's where it gets subtle, bro. She might not text you, she might not call you, but trust me, she's still there, just watching from the shadows. She'll check your stories, scroll through your posts, maybe even ask about you through mutual friends. And you might think it's just curiosity, but it's not. It's control slipping. She wants to know if she still lives in your mind the way you used to live in hers. But here's the crazy part. The less you acknowledge her, the more space you actually take up in her head. Silence doesn't make you disappear. It makes you unforgettable. Fourth thing, regret hides behind pride. Now brother, one of the deepest shifts you'll notice is regret, but she'll never show it straight up. Instead, she'll cover it with pride. Maybe you run into her and she throws out an old joke, something only the two of you would get. Or maybe she slips in a little "remember when," like it's casual, like it doesn't mean much. But don't get fooled. That's not nostalgia, that's longing. That's her way of quietly knocking on the door to see if it still opens. And this is where most men mess up. They take that regret and mistake it for love. But here's the truth. Regret doesn't mean she wants you back. It doesn't mean her feelings are suddenly real again. It just means she finally understands what she lost. A man who's not waiting by the door anymore. A man who's moved forward. And that realization cuts deeper than she'll ever admit. Fifth thing, conflict as a hook. Here's another move you'll notice, man. When her pride doesn't work, she'll try to pull you into conflict. She might throw little jabs at you, criticize the progress you've made, or say something just sharp enough to get under your skin. Why? Because in her world, even anger is proof you still care. If she can get you to argue, to defend yourself, then she still has a piece of your energy. But silence? Silence terrifies her. Silence means her control is gone. That's why the man who refuses to be dragged into chaos always wins, because real strength isn't shown in how loud you argue or how quick you clap back. It's shown in the calm you hold when she's trying to shake you. True power lives in stillness, and that's the one thing she can't take from you. Sixth thing, sudden kindness. Now here's where it gets tricky, brother. Out of nowhere, she might soften up. You'll get a sweet little message, a softer tone in her voice, maybe even something that sounds like she's just checking in. And on the surface, it feels harmless, even tempting. But here's what you have to understand. Genuine love doesn't return as a performance. When someone really loves you, it doesn't just show up suddenly after silence. It's consistent, steady, and rooted. Sudden kindness at this stage isn't about love, it's about survival. It's her way of saying, don't forget me. Don't leave me behind completely. And if you mistake this for real connection, you'll end up right back in the cycle you already broke free from. The man who's grown past that sees it for what it is. Fear of losing access to you, not love for who you are. Seventh thing, rewriting the story. Here's another move you'll notice, man. As the weight of losing you starts to sink in, she'll try to rewrite the story. She might tell people, it wasn't that serious. She might act like you didn't matter as much as everyone thought. Or worse, she'll paint herself as the one who gave everything, while you supposedly gave nothing. But don't take the bait. This isn't truth, it's protection. Admitting she lost a man who grew stronger without her is too heavy for her ego to carry. So instead, she edits the past just to make the present sting a little less. But here's the thing, truth doesn't need rewriting and it doesn't need defending. Deep down, no matter how she spins it, she knows exactly what she lost. And that silent truth will always weigh on her more than anything she says out loud. Eighth thing, breadcrumbs of re-entry. Now here's what usually comes next, brother. When rewriting the story doesn't take away the sting, she'll try these little subtle re-entry moves. Nothing big, nothing direct, just crumbs. Maybe she likes an old photo out of nowhere. Maybe she sends a casual, hey, how are you? Or she might ask you something small, something she doesn't really need to know. These aren't random, they're signals. She's not trying to start a real conversation. She's trying to see if the door is still open. Permission. That's what she's looking for. And here's the trap most men fall into. When you follow crumbs, you end up starving. But when you ignore them, when you don't play the game, you show her something much more powerful, that the door is locked and you're not waiting on the other side anymore. So remember this. When she realizes she's lost you, her treatment will shift 1,000 times. Confusion, fake happiness, pride, conflict, sudden kindness, subtle re-entry, silent admiration, and finally surrender. But all of it points to the same truth. She lost a man she thought she'd always have. And your greatest power isn't in chasing, proving, or explaining. It's in standing firm in your silence. Because peace, brother, is the one thing she can't take from you. And once you've found that, you've already won.